Konnichiwa, and welcome back to another video from Voices of Kakehashi. Today, we're going to be talking about living with host families and in dorms in Japan. It's Yap from Malaysia from the first batch, and I was placed in Nagoya City in Aichi Prefecture during my exchange. And I lived with a host family throughout my 6 months in Japan, and shout out to them, they're the best ever. I love them. Yoroshiku for today. So we have two guests from the podcast team today who will be talking with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Philippines, and I'm the director of podcast team. I am from first batch in State in Yamaguchi Prefecture. I studied in Xavier Koko and lived in the dorm and had a host fam every once a month, which was the best experience ever.
And hey, I'm Lisa. Yoroshiku. And hey, I'm Lisa from Cambodia. I'm the leader of the editing team of the podcast team. I'm also from the first batch, and I stayed in a dormitory in Kyoto. I also stayed with a host family during the winter break and another host family for a week in Nagoya. Yoroshiku.
Yoroshiku. So thank you for joining me today, and as you see, it's a very special episode because we're all from the first batch and we're all working together in the podcast team. Yeah. So to kind of get into the conversation, Hannah, can you maybe tell us like a funny or memorable moment regarding your dorm stay in Japan?
Okay. Funniest moment. I think it had to do with being in the dorm. Most of my life was in the dorm, but like there's this system alarm what do you call it, alarm system in the dorm. It's for like safety reasons. So like there was this rule not to open it, but not to open the windows on the first floor. But they never really explained to us this sort of alarm system. It was just like, don't open the window, and then we being the kids, we were being kids. We were like, okay, whatever. Okay, we'll follow. But like one of my friends, when we were eating dinner, she wanted to surprise us, and because outside is really dark, we're like in a hill and it's really forest, so you can't see the outside, but you can see the inside. So like our friend decided to like open it, and she was like boo, and then suddenly all the sound system started to alarm. The whole dorm started saying wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, and we were like, what the heck is happening? And then we were just laughing because like, oh no. So yeah, that was one funny story. But like in seriousness, guys, you should follow what your dorm mama says, because yeah, because you don't be an embarrassment of your country to the Japanese, and you know you're ambassadors of your own country. So don't make a fool of yourself, and follow the rules. Respect the Japanese culture, and
Yeah, agreed. Lisa, do you like have a similar moment?
For me, it's also about the dorm. Like, when I first went, I didn't know that I had to shower with like all the other girls in my dorm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like I didn't know that my dorm didn't have like, separate bathrooms. So we got told that when we got to the dorm on the very first day. And on the very first day, we had to shower with everyone. And I stayed with another exchange student from Sri Lanka, Sasha. And when we got into the ofuro area, and there were Japanese students in there, and they were showering, and we could hear them talking inside, and we were too afraid to go in, so we just sat in a corner waiting for them to come out. And obviously, they would come out not wearing anything. so we were just like kind of staring at the floor waiting for them to leave. Yeah, and they were really kind because like they noticed that we were, shy, and so they left really quickly. And then me and Sasha went in. So like we told each other to close our eyes, and I went in first, and we sat on like the furthest ends from each other. And we were like, don't look. We just kept saying, don't look. And Sasha left first, and then I left afterwards. So like we can give each other, privacy to dress and stuff. And yeah, it was like really embarrassing and funny at first. Now that like after we got used to it and we look back at it, it was like really funny to see how embarrassed we were.
Yeah, that can be a culture shock. But I heard that it's common in the dorms, right?
Yeah, some dorms have it.
Yeah, my dorm didn't have, but like, yeah, some dorms really have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's experience is unique.
Yeah.
True.
I'm sure everyone has this moment. It's just like, you go to your host family or you go to your dorm, and then the next day you wake up and you're just like in a totally strange place. You're staring at a strange view, at a strange ceiling. You're sleeping on a strange bed. You don't know where you are. And my first thought was just like, oh shoot, where am I? Yeah, so that was
confused.
a funny moment.
Yeah.
Great old times.
Yeah, it was. How long has it been? Like almost 2 years already.
Almost 2
it
years.
was yesterday.
Oh, that's really long.
Gosh,
It feels like about a year ago.
I know. Yeah, it still feels very new and fresh, kind of, even though it's been so long ago.
Yeah, that's true. So like, speaking of host family leave, is there like anything you want to say to people who like might go to host family? Anything that you like want to say on the first day?
Okay. I guess that question's to me. So, on the very first day at the start, when you reach your host family, you greet them. You maybe give them some souvenirs that you brought from your home country,
definitely.
all of that, and then you must remember to do this. You need to ask them the rules regarding your host family. So you need to ask them stuff like, where do I sit when I eat? What do I do when I want to wash my clothes? Stuff like that. But don't worry to like all the new students out there, to the new kakehashis, because AFS Japan will provide a handbook, and at the very end of the handbook, there's a list of questions in English and in Japanese. So you can show the list of questions to your host family, and it's the same for dorms as well. You can show the list of questions to your dorm masters or dorm mamas, as Hannah put it. So just show it to them, and it's very comprehensive. It covers like all aspects of your everyday life. So like, how do I wash my clothes? Where do I a lot of stuff. Where do I sleep? How do I do certain stuff when I want to do this, do that? So yeah, it's very comprehensive, very detailed. So don't worry about what to ask. Just show them the list and follow what they say, and I guarantee you that you will be very much have an enjoyable day.
Yeah. Like, don't hesitate to ask. Also, this is also applied to dorm. Like, it's same with host family. Always ask, because you don't want to fall into like some miscommunication after. Better early than late. Yeah. Don't be shy. Don't think like you're trying to like cause trouble by asking. No, you're gonna cause trouble if you don't ask. Don't be like that person.
Yes, exactly. Communication is important, people.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't be that person. Okay.
Yeah. How about dorm? Like, what do you do like on the first day?
Lisa, do you want to say?
I remember like going to like arriving at the dorm with my LPs, and then the dorm masters, or as I call it, the house masters, they would show us around and explain everything. So like like Yep said, there's like the last page of the handbook that AFS gave us have like really helpful questions that like if you guys aren't that good at Japanese, you can use those questions. But for me, my dorm already explained everything, so I didn't really need to ask much. They just like gave us like just basically
I see.
Introduce us to everything.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not sponsored, guys. Just saying. But like, yeah.
From our personal experience.
Yeah, I think for dorm, what I could say is that try not to expect too much. I think a lot of people say that, oh, when you're in dorm, it's more liberating and more freedom. No,
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, it depends on which dorm you go, because some dorms
Yeah,
are
that's true.
pretty strict and some are not. So don't go thinking like, oh, it's, or like, if, because there are some instances where like a kid, when
Yeah, I
they go
agree, I
they go
agree.
to like host family but they want a dorm. Try not to think like that, because number one, it's very disrespectful to your host family. They are willing to bring you in, give you food, and treat you like their own, but like, but yeah, it's very disrespectful. So
Yeah,
don't do that.
I have a story about that. So
Oh.
I was that kind of person, okay? I was the one thinking, I would think like, I want to be in a dorm because like I want to be independent. I want to like, have control over everything in my life and stuff like that. But honestly, after I got a host family, and then, I spent time with my host family, I bonded with my host family. And after my exchange, if you ask me like what was the best aspect of my exchange, I would tell you that's my host family. So even though I didn't really want a host family before everything started, my host family turned out to be the very, very best host
That's
family
sweet.
I could ever ask for. And I totally wouldn't change a thing, honestly. So I would just say, do the best with what you have, because like neither is better or worse.
Yeah,
True.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing is like for dorm people, like on the first day, don't expect like there's gonna be a huge party or welcoming party.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I mean that's what I expected. I was guilty of this because I heard from my other friends that they got this welcome party, but we got ours just like a month after. So yeah, so like try not to expect too much, because like if you expect too much, you'll be like disappointed and sad. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain what I felt on the first day, but like but like we went on when we first came, we went to the grocery store, and like I was kind of jet lagged too much, because when we went to Yamaguchi, we went to another plane, so 2 plane rides.
Yeah.
So we were so tired, but like we had to be adults suddenly. We had to like buy like washing machine stuff and like dorm stuff, and it was something I wasn't used to. So like you have to really adapt at times, and
I see.
yeah, come as you are, but like adjust and adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree. Yeah. Just go with the flow, adapt. Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there like anything regarding dorms? Is there anything like technical that dorm students will need to know?
Lisa, do you want to say?
I wouldn't say technical, but it depends on the dorm. But dorm students, we would have like curfews and
Definitely.
yeah, sometimes we have like roll calls, and I think for most of the dorms, we have like this thing called study hour, where we have to study with all the other dorm students.
That's true.
So yeah, we had to do that every single night.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And the strictness of the dorm depends on each dorm. And for some dorms, like I heard like they have to clean the dorm as well. And yeah, it really depends.
Yeah, I heard stories about how strict some dorms are. I agree.
But don't worry, guys, because like my dorm was strict, but I still had a good time. For those who are like worried how strict the dorm is, it's fine.
Yeah,
You'll get there. It's okay. You can't do anything. Just relax, enjoy the ride, enjoy the trip. You'll never go back to Japan probably in the future, so don't be be good.
It's a once in an opportunity lifetime, people.
I know.
That's true. At the end of the day, I think the best thing about dorm is like the people, So get out and make friends. Be assertive. Just get out. Yeah.
Like, yeah, even like the uncomfortable situations, like you can find like good experiences out of that.
Yeah, you learn stuff from
Yeah,
I
you learn
agree.
stuff. It makes you grow as a person.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
I agree.
Like there's this quote that says like, sometimes you need to have bad days in order to have good days.
I
So you can
know,
treasure
yeah,
them.
yeah, that.
Like that's what I always thought when I was in Japan. So I could
Yeah.
appreciate
Mm.
the yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I think that's a really healthy mindset to live by, though.
Yeah. And like, oh yeah, another technical thing is that you have to like the thing about food, some dorms
yeah.
don't have food, so you have to buy your own or cook by yourself, or but some dorms have chefs to cook, so just a heads up,
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah, I heard stories about like certain dorms, like my friends had to buy their own food on certain days and whatnot.
Yeah, though it's fun, Japan, so don't worry about it too much, guys.
Yeah, just pay attention to what you need to know, and you'll be fine.
And you'll be fine. Yep. Yeah.
Speaking about that, like what you need to buy, I think regarding host family, it's about the whole communication thing again. But for me personally, I felt like you have to communicate regarding money as well with your host family, because the basic duty, the basic responsibility of a host family is just to provide for your basic needs as well, and that is basically just food and a place to sleep, a place to bathe, a house, a home to live in, right? So aside from that, it's basically all on your own. So for example, you're expected to pay for your own books that you buy to study for JLPT. You're expected to pay for your own food when you go to hang out with your friends, stuff like that. And that is also why AFS Japan has a sort of a stipend for everyone. So make good use of that. But also at the same time, for me personally, I've had experiences buying stuff that my host family could have provided me with. So for example, when I went to shopping, right, and I bought like a lot of stuff and I went home with a lot of bags on my arm. And the host family like saw what I bought. They were like, oh, we could have just borrowed you this towel, or we could have just bought this rack for you to put your stuff on, because they view it as something that they could have bought in my state for me, So, but obviously this also differs across from family to family. So make sure to communicate with your host family. Ask them if you should buy something that you want, or they can pay for it. Just don't be too cautious talking about money, because honestly communication is really needed in all aspects.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, great. I think we are kind of reaching the end of our talk today. So do you have any, last advice for people going to dorms? How should they spend their cut?
Okay, cut. Okay. Lisa, I think you could
let's
answer
let
first.
me-
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so do you have like any cut? Sorry, I forgot to say we're reaching the end of the. Okay, sorry. Cut.
Take 3.
Action.
1, 2, 3. Take 3.
Yeah, so I think we are like kind of reaching the end of the episode as well. So Hannah and Lisa, do you maybe have any last advice on how people should make the best out of their dorm experience? Hannah, do you want to go first?
Okay, sorry. Wait, I keep on laughing. Okay, this is so unprofessional. Last words. I think I would say that just try to enjoy. Like I said earlier, don't come as you are. Don't worry too much about being too perfect. But at the same time, try. Come as you are as a person. Like, don't try to change yourself. Just come as you are, and then slowly, observe and adapt to what you're surrounding. That's that's my whole motto when I was in Japan. Like I was so busy trying to change myself at the first month, but that's impossible. Too much pressure on yourself. So you end up like suddenly being burnt out. Sometimes you just have to come as you are and then slowly adjust. Yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's really relevant, and I hope that the third batch watching this will find it helpful. And how about you, Lisa?
Like for me, my motto when I was like in Japan and like it's like I just kept on thinking that everything that I experienced, like all the bad things and all the good things, it's like there's no right and there's no wrong. It's just different. It's like a saying that AFS says.
Yeah,
a lot. Like so like just keep in mind that whatever you experience, like how bad or how good it is, like just think that like it's not right, it's not wrong, it's just different from what you've experienced before.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that's a nice quote, definitely.
Yeah,
don't forget that. Don't forget that, guys.
Important.
Fresh meat.
Okay, so for me, I think it's important for students with host family to spend time with the host family. To you need to spend time with them in order to bond with them, to build a lasting relationship with the host family. So it doesn't matter if it's like tiny things, just like watching TV, or just like eating a long dinner together, just talking about your country, or it can be anything really, as long as you spend time together, as long as you put in effort and the time. And trust me, your host family will reciprocate that. So just put in the time and effort into your relationship with the host family, and I promise you, you will have a really memorable experience with the host family. Another piece of advice I would say is to remember to always just communicate. I mean, I know I've been saying this a lot, but like just communicate with your host family. Tell them everything. Honestly, okay, that was my strategy. I told my host. I told my host family everything. Like that was how I bonded with them. Like I would tell them everything.
Like a real family.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would tell them like what happened throughout the day, and even like by the end of my stay, we were like judging random guys together, stuff like that. So that's how close I was with my host family. So like remember to just always communicate, discuss everything with them. I discussed my decisions to join clubs, and like I discussed hanging out with my friends. I told them everything basically. So I think communication and bonding really is important for host family.
I agree with that.
I would like to add, like for dorm, like what T said, it also applies to dorm also, because like one of my regrets was like not talking enough to my dorm mates who are like Japanese, because we were 6 exchange students in the dorm. And okay, long story short, we became very close. At first we weren't, but like because of dorm, we became very close. And that's what made the strict dorm life made things better. But even if it was strict, it was really fun, because when you do cleaning, do soji and doing all those chores that we have to do, it was fun in the end. So don't worry about strict. Strict it's fun. But like, but also, but talk to your Japanese friends too, because you're in Japan. You're in Japan, so don't be that person. Just talk to your friends too, and treat them like your friends. they're the same. But I guess this applies to like school life more. But I just wanted to add for dorm life, because I think it's really important too.
I actually agree with that.
It's like what Yap said, like you have to put in effort to talk to them and to reach out to them first.
Some of them can be really shy, so sometimes you really need to be the first one to take the initiative to strike up a conversation, and trust me, you'll enjoy it. You won't regret it.
Like going to Japan really made a lot of people become extroverts. Because you just have to.
That's me.
You just have to become extroverts and just go talk to people first.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question though. I mean, I think we can extend a little bit more. I have a question to both of you though. Like, I am not sure, but like, have you had like bad experiences in the dorm, and how do you deal with it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
Okay, so not everything's
Hannah?
sunshine and rainbows,
Yeah.
but like just because there's not it's not always sunshine and rainbows doesn't mean it's the end of the world, you know.
Yeah.
Don't try not to be so dramatic, but you know, try to like rationalize first the surroundings before you go cry, and wait. Sorry, what was the question again?
Like, were there any like bad experiences in regarding your dorm in Japan, and how do you deal with it?
Yeah, so yeah, if you have bad experiences, like sometimes because we didn't miscommunication again. We
With your
had some,
roommates?
yeah some miscommunication with your roommate, but like you gotta talk to them again. Communication is key. Just talk to them, and just a story that there was this person I didn't get along with, but at the end of the day we became super best friends.
Wow.
Yeah, we became like best friends, like up until now. Like I visited her country and I stayed in her
Whoa.
house, so like do not judge at first. Sometimes you know your so-called quote unquote rival becomes your best friend. It happens in real life, not only the movies. So yeah, just talk. Communications is really key. You know, try not to let your emotions take over. Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, because like when you first met people, your first impression of them is not usually, it's not what who they actually are.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, just like, you know, don't be too quick to judge people, and like give them a chance to like, you know, show you who they are.
I think that's really relevant for exchange students, because you're going to a foreign country and you really know how to interpret certain. Yeah, so don't judge too quickly. I agree with that.
I guess we all became better people after this.
Of course, that's a
became
given.
more compassionate and understanding.
Yeah, so I think like one conclusion we can make from this talk is to always communicate with everyone, your host family and your dorm mates and your dorm mamas. Yeah, always communicate.
That's true.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think we are reaching the end of the episode today. I enjoyed talking to the both of you.
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot. Yeah, thank you.
Me too.
Yeah, thank you for sticking with us, and thank you to Hannah and Lisa for talking to me.
Of course, anytime.
Yeah. So stay tuned for the next episode, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video on social media. Thank you for sticking with us. We hope it was useful for you.
Janet.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.